Just go.
Okay.
Round two.
We're justifying this friggin' series Bible.
Alright, this is round two. The first one
let's do
went
it.
wrong. It's a series Bible.
It involves a quest, because the Canadian ninja is on a quest to clear his name, at least in Season 1, then he's on a quest to defeat the Greek gods, then he's on a quest to... He quests a lot, is my point.
And he's no place like home. In Season 1, he has, like, nostalgia. He wants to go back home. He's homesick. He wants to go back to Canada.
Indeed.
But he can't.
But he can't, because he's being framed for murder. But he has help with a brotherhood. He has his partner, Jimmy the Half-Canadian, as well as Sam and Sandy, and they're all part of a brotherhood around the Canadian ninja who help him defeat Seafamst.
Who is also a brotherhood. It's one of the Greek gods.
The Seafamst is also a brotherhood, as are the Greek gods, yes.
Harbinger of Doom. What's up? I didn't do it. Okay, a close shave. This refers to near the end when he has to when he close shaves out of the underworld. He has a close shave. He gets out of the underworld. He has to do like some weird bargaining stuff with the gods, and it's close. He almost doesn't make it.
There are many close shaves. Season 2 when they escape.
CFAMS.
CFAMS, by the way, stands for Canadians for More Maple Syrupy Tomorrow. Just so everyone knows that.
Which is run by the Greek gods.
Indeed, it's run by the Greek gods. Lone Wolf. The Canadian ninja generally works as a team, but in Season 7 and 8, the writers, as mentioned in the series Bible, decided to cut that out and make a gritty reboot of it. As a result, he becomes a lone wolf during those seasons and has to work alone.
Harbinger of Doom. This refers to all kinds of characters from Seafamst to like Hades.
They discover a lot of things. They discover that Seafamst is run by the Greek gods. They discover that some French guys planning to take over Canada. They discover the way to destroy the world, which they end up using. They discover a lot of things.
Let's see. A chase. There's all kinds of chases. Canadian Ninja chases Seafamst. Seafamst chases Canadian Ninja. I mean, there's all kinds of chases. It's
a brain. Most of the characters have these. Have this.
You can also say, I guess you can get a little metaphorical here. A brain, like, you know, in Brick, where they have, like, the guy who's named Brain, who's, like, the brains of the operation. You could say, like, his techie friend.
Yeah, he has techie friends that can be called the brains of the operation. Since Canadians, let's face it, he's not that smart. The MD does not mean he's a doctor. The first word, the letter M actually stands for moose. No one knows what the D stands for.
Oh, that's what it was for. See, I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that.
No one knows what the D stands for. That's a recurring joke.
Okay. I was wondering, because I was like, there's no medical stuff he does in there.
No, he doesn't. Sure. No. Moose something.
Moose something. Alright. Lost in a Strange Land, this refers to, well, multiple strange lands, just like when he's in the underworld, he's lost in there, and there's a strange land.
In Season 7, when he's at the USC playing the game for some reason, that's a strange land as well.
USC is pretty strange.
Yeah.
Let's see, at the beach. This refers to, I forget which scene this is of whatever season, but he's on an island, and he gets rescued.
Season 2, and Season 2.
And this Season 2. So they're on a beach.
Psychological torment. In Season 2, as a result of their violent meetup with Seafamst, they suffer a lot of psychological torment, and that's what most of the season is about. Their sort of mental issues.
Involving a challenge, all kinds of challenges, from him taking on the challenge of defeating Seafamst to taking on the gods. Challenges. It's just your laptop ate the card.
The lost one. The Canadian ninja is metaphorically lost because he's trying to find his way back to Canada by clearing his name, but also literally, people are lost. Jimmy the Half-Canadian is lost for 6 seasons because they think he's dead. Sam is lost because he defects to the other side. The Greek gods, not the Greek gods are lost, but
he gets lost in there.
He gets lost in Hades. Yeah, lost.
God for a Day, this refers to Canadian Ninja when he finds out how to use, the artifact from the gods, and he learns how to blow up the world.
Well, so
he also becomes a demigod.
He trades that artifact to become a demigod from the gods, but then that gets conveniently forgotten by the writers in later seasons. Don't feed the computer. A twist. There are many twists in the show. Jimmy being alive is a twist. Sam being double agent is a twist. Etc. etc.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Let's see. Curiosity killed the cat. This refers to when he gets in trouble, like when he decides to go into the underworld, and he's curious about going there, and then he does, and then it's like, whoa, you just weren't supposed to do that. This also refers to when he finds out that the French guy wants to blow up Canada, and all kinds of discoveries.
Dread. There's lots of dread. For example, when he's going down into Hades, the underworld, as you can imagine, is filled with dread.
Featuring a rebel, the Canadian Ninja is a rebel against the Seafamst, who is the nationalistic lobby group.
It's a lobby group. It's
not a party. I kept calling it a party. It's not a party.
It's a lobby. Greed. Many characters are greedy. The Canadian maple syrup lobby, for example, is greedy to have control over all things, basically. Canadian maple syrup exports. And they're also in trouble with the Greek gods for some reason. And also the French guy who wants to take over Canada is greedy. The American conspiracy is pretty greedy. So yeah, everyone's greedy.
The Rolling Nightmare, this refers to season 2 when they're going through all the psychological torment and they have nightmares.
Yeah, rise and fall. There's a rise and fall of basically everything. The Canadian Ninja has a rise and fall. A literal fall when he ends up in the underworld. The Greek gods have a bit of a rise and fall with how they battle the Canadian Ninja. Basically everyone has a rise and fall in this show.
Which is also like a reversal in a sense, where they have reversals like the Canadian Ninja has a reversal where he goes down into the underworld, becomes a demigod. Those are kinds of reversals.
And also the reversal, of course, when Sam is revealed to be a double agent, or Jimmy, the half Canadian, is revealed to be alive after 6 seasons. A journey. The show is basically a journey for the Canadian Ninja, but also literally there's a journey of him moving through the world and the U.S., trying to clear his name and battling CFAMS and all those guys.
Battling CFAMS because it's a battle royale, because he's having a battle royale with CFAMS over Canada.
Indeed. Land. Canada is made of land, as is the U.S. There's lots of land involved. Most of the action takes place on land, if not all of it.
A hoser, for obvious reasons.
Canadians.
Canadians.
A healer. Well, they have to visit, obviously, doctors and stuff after Sandy's hand gets unceremoniously chopped off at the beginning of season 2, and she has to heal for the rest of the season. But also, like, the show is, the whole of season 2 is also about their psychological healing.
Involving a murder, the Canadian Ninja, well, one, there's plenty of murders throughout the series, but he's also more specifically framed for murder in season 1, which gets him into trouble.
An escape. Canadian Ninja and his group escape from trouble many times, most significantly at the beginning of season 2 when they escape from CFAMS, or at the end of season 2 when they escape from the uninhabited island, or when they escape from the Greek gods, or when they escape from Hades, or when they escape from the show.
Involving a fortress, this refers to the fortress of like the Greek gods up on Mount Olympus.
Partnership. The Canadian Ninja has several partners. He has Jimmy the Half Canadian, Sam, Sandy, although Sam's a double agent, Jack is a member of the team at one point, so yeah, many partners.
A turf war, there's a turf war between the Canadian Ninja and CFAPS over the turf of Canada, in a sense. Also the world.
There's an explosion. They blow up the world. At the end of one of the seasons, they literally find a device that destroys the world, and they do it.
Ending the season. Involving madness, this refers to the madness of season 2, when they are starting to go mad through all their psychological torment, which also includes emotional disconnect, which also refers to season 2, which is focusing on the characters and their emotional disconnect. Okay, go ahead.
And like I said, they destroy the world, which is Apocalypse.
I have one more. So
okay. Spying. At one point, the Canadian Ninja decides to hunt down, as a hunter, CFAMS after what they did to him, and to do so, he must spy on them. His main MO is to travel from town to town. He's a bit of a nomad, travel from town to town, and work as a ninja for hire. So in many cases, he's a stranger who comes to town. The Greek gods are extraterrestrial beings, so they're not of this earth. The whole show is a chronicle of the Canadian Ninja and his trials and tribulations. And we use a restore card.
Cliffhanger. This refers to all kinds of seasons and episodes which end on cliffhangers.
Yeah, especially when